AFRs hovered. We're gonna see what this car can do in the heat, because I have a lot of people across the interwebs of the chat platforms. That's insane. My phone to record because audio's been a little wacky recently. Okay, we got that going in the background. We'll keep Draggy open for the hell of it. I don't even know if I'm gonna do any Draggy because it's 93 apparently. My watch phone says 88, the car says 93. But yeah, we're just gonna go for a drive. It just seems like I always go out when it's freaking what do you call rush hour. We'll see. Don't mind this dirty windshield. The car is pretty filthy. It's been outside for a very long time. Haven't had a chance to clean it. I'm not sure what audio I'm going to use. I have this phone recording audio in the background because the GoPros usually aren't the best, but I've had some weird rattling that gets very disruptive. So I got a GoPro on the left here and a GoPro here. I honestly don't even know what I'm doing at this point or what's going to happen. This guy on the left here is brand new. I'm hoping he can pick up a little bit of like speedo and tachometer, which I haven't really done too much. Basically, we're just data logging. The new ATP injectors are on. I have a tune revision from Eurocompulsion to dial them in and everything. I data logged, was it yesterday? A few days, I think it was like 2 days ago. But I only driven it once so far. And if I recall correctly, let's see, I'm at 42 miles on this new tune, so not that much to be honest. But we're gonna try and open her up today, do some wide open throttle pulls, see how she feels. Probably won't have the room or opportunity to do a 42-100, but just for the hell of it, I have Draggy going on in the background. We'll see what we could do. I'm excited for the temperature to drop a little bit so I could go back to doing my data testing, because I do a lot of my data testing around that 40-degree weather, plus or minus like 10 degrees, give or take. But when it's like 90s, like everything would just be skewed. I might just do it for like shits and giggles if I can find it, but probably not right now. And as most of you probably know, I have, or if not, I'll link some videos up here or whatever. I love Raceseng shift knobs, Raceseng, like ENG at the end, they're a brand. We actually are a dealer for them. I just don't have them really listed on the site. And I switched back to this one, which is called the Stratos. I had the Silix, which is the tall one. I switched back because I had so many people asking me what the other shift knob was. They were interested in it, and unfortunately, they are discontinuing it. So I figured, let me put a knob that if folks do say they're interested, at least it's available for sale. So if you're interested in this knob, you can reach out to me. I'm planning on putting it on the site soon at drivendistrict.com, but if it's not there, just let me know. They have different colors. This thing pulls hard now. I don't know what we peaked there, 26.9, no boost dump, and I just felt that pushback and just passing right by that car. That felt good. I hope this left camera is doing okay because I'm seeing it shake like crazy. So I'm hoping the GoPro in-body stabilization is doing its thing. And that was with the air on too, that pull that I just did. I'm gonna forget to turn it off, I know it, but you know, the air definitely robs power, especially in a car like this that is lightweight and doesn't make a ton of power to begin with. By the way, that was like a third to fourth gear pull. Could probably hear, like I hear some rattling somewhere, and I have no clue where it's coming from. I gotta literally drive with somebody in the car so they can let me know where it's coming from, because I have no clue where it's coming from. Stuck in like stop and go traffic, so I can't really do anything. check engine light. I just noticed that. I don't know when it kicked on. I know the other day I got a P2097, which is like a downstream fuel too rich. Might be the same thing. I don't know. We'll have to see in a little bit when I pull over. We'll take a peek at what it is. See what code we have. I'm gonna have to stop this log. So what I'm doing now is I'm going from analog to OBD2. In case you're curious, I'm gonna switch into OBD2 mode. So now instead of just reading boost and battery voltage, I'm gonna be able to read everything right off the bat. 2097. I'm just gonna put it in accessory mode. So we press both buttons, hold it until this comes up. Then you press the left button. It's going to read the code 2097. And now it's going to say hold to clear. That's the left button again. So we're going to hold the left button until we see the little dots start moving on the bottom like that. You're going to see them moving. Now it's clearing the code. Cleared. Now we'll start the car. Code's gone. We are, well, first now I need to go back into, go to OBD2, and then we're gonna go to analog and hold it down. And now we're back into analog mode. So in analog mode, when it's back, now I'm on boost and it goes battery and boost, and that's it. In OBD2, I have other videos. It goes through so many different things, from coolant temperatures, intake air temperatures, exhaust gas temperatures, little things that I don't really use as much, like timing, but like air to fuel that I'll use, stuff like that. So we're gonna go sport mode on. Exhaust valves open. We're gonna reconnect and just, you know, see if we could do some more pulls. Right now it's not the best time because it is rush hour. So now we're about to hit 60 miles on this tune, so I feel pretty confident being able to go wide open throttle and, you know, do everything. I have had no hiccups yet besides a little bit of boost dump, which is really nothing. I have no like fuel cut or anything, nothing crazy or whatever, so I feel pretty confident about this. Oh, come on, buddy, watch yourself. So we're gonna see what this car can do in the heat. I know my best 40 to 100 on this like current setup, minus like having new injectors, was 9.49, but that was in the cold, like 40 degrees, no, 30s maybe? Might have even been in the 30s. DA was like negative, I don't know, negative 1,000, negative something. Right now we're like positive 2,000, I think. So this is a very, very different setup. But if we have the space, I'm gonna try doing a 40 to 100, just to see what we can do in the heat, to see what the Eurocompulsion Phase 3 Tune 1446 Plus Turbo can accomplish in the heat. And I'm talking 90 degrees. I just gotta remember to turn the air off. Alright, so we couldn't get to 100, so we might have like a 40 to 80. Don't forget, again, this pull compared to any other pull, it is extremely, extremely hot. I gotta put the air back on now. It is 92 according to my car and 88 according to my phone. My other pulls, my best one beat 40 to 100 was 9.49. I think it was like 30 degrees out. So we're actually gonna pull over real quick because I am extremely curious on what we got. Let's see what we got here. So our 40 to 80 for some reason says it's not verified. It says I was going too much downhill. I know that's not true because I've done that same exact pull before and it was perfectly fine. So we're at 5.47. This is at positive 2000 DA. Now we're gonna need gas. All right, that says it was invalid, but I know it was not invalid because I did that exact pull. Literally the exact time is when I got my 9.49 and now I just got a 9.60. 9.60 in 92 according to the car, but let's go off the draggy. 84 degrees, positive 2,175 DA. That's insane. Because yes, I got a little bit quicker last time, but I was like, I'll put the thing on. It was negative, God knows how much, negative 1,000, negative something DA. And it was like 30 degrees out. So different. So although this says it's downhill, it is not, because I use that same exact road. I don't know if it's this thing moving. I'll literally play that video. You will see me take that turn, and that's where I did the pull. My 40 to 100 calculated. Oh, it did 9.49. That's not terrible. My last best was 9.74, I think. So 9.49, that's even better. Let me take a screenshot of that, put it on here on the GoPro if I can see. 9.49, that's not too bad. So what I think is going on is, depending on when you start the car, will depend on when, like if you start, not the car, if you start the draggy and connect it and it's on a hill or something, then when you go flat, it might think you're on a hill because you started on a hill and now you're flat, or vice versa. Point being is, that is the exact pull from recollection that I got my 9.49 and now I got a 9.6. This car has a lot more in her. You can't even compare the temperature difference. So that's actually, I gotta say, I'm super pumped able to get a 9.6 on the same exact road. Oop, water bottle go bye-bye. To get a 9.6 on the same exact road, just being so much hotter. So I hope you guys enjoy me beating on the car and kind of bringing you guys all this data. I really quick wanted to touch base with some of the information from the data logging after doing these polls. So I'm specifically talking about that 40 to 100 poll where I got the 9.60. According to the data logging, the ambient temps were 91 degrees Fahrenheit and my intake air temps at the beginning of the poll was 116, and it actually dropped at the end of the poll to 114 Fahrenheit. Showing that Eurocompulsion race intercooler that I have is doing its job, but it was still very, very hot with not optimal intake air temperatures. Now, if you're interested in any of the parts on my car, let it be if it's that intercooler, tune, turbo, etc. As far as Eurocompulsion parts go, we are selling all the parts on drivendistrict.com. You don't got to buy it through my website. You can go straight to Eurocompulsion. But if you want to support me, the brand, the channel, and everything, you can go ahead to drivendistrict.com and get the parts through there, or reach out to me if you don't see something. Now, timing was only 4.5 to 5.5 max during those polls. AFRs hovered between 11.5 to 11.9 through those entire poll, the second to fourth gear. And something that I found pretty surprising was the injector duty cycle, even on 550cc, was still between 70 to 83%, which I felt like was kind of high for 550cc. Considering stock, I can't think off the top of my head, but I believe it's in the low 300s, because some folks think they go to like, what, 390s as an upgrade. I might do another video on that, because it just shows that, you know, these cars do need bigger injectors depending on how much power you're pushing. Now also, I usually don't do data testing in this ridiculous heat, but I figured why the hell not? Let's see what it can do in extreme heat, because I have a lot of people across the interwebs of the chat platforms and all that stuff. Most of them are EC haters, so I get it, but if other people don't know who's talking and that they just don't like EC, then they may believe them. So I'm just here sharing real world results, real data, real video clips. You can see everything firsthand for yourself. I have yet to see like a competitor tuned car put down either times that are even close to mine, and keep in mind I'm still on pump gas, or even just like video clips in general beating on the car constantly like I do, and my car is still holding up strong. I've said it in other videos, I have well over 100 Datalog pulls to redline, tons of beating on it. Even in this video, as you saw, I was kind of trying the flat foot shift, but in the back of my head I'm always like, no, I gotta lift a little bit, so I kind of lift, but more or less it was kind of like flat foot shifting. So now I do have a question for some of you guys out there on YouTube who may know more than me. I'm just curious, what is the difference between airflow for hour, pounds a minute, versus mass airflow rate, pounds a minute? These are both two different PIDs that I do track and whatnot, but I'm not really sure how they're used or if there's a correlation between them, etc. or whatever. So again, I'll put it on screen. It's airflow for hour, pounds a minute, and mass airflow rate, pounds a minute. Just curious if you guys out there know. If you do, drop a comment. Let's talk cars and everything. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, if you did, give it a like, subscribe for more, check out drivendistrict.com. We're gonna have more videos into the future, even more content on the K-Swap, K24 124. Again, thanks a lot, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.